Welcome to A to Z Tales. Today's story is a tragic yet powerful lesson about relationships, boundaries, and life. While you improve your English listening and comprehension, you'll also discover why understanding where you belong in every relationship is so important. If this is your first time on our channel, please subscribe. Share this story and write in the comments below. Which relationship in your life is the most challenging, and how will you apply Alex's lesson? Alex Thomas was born into a modest home in the small town of Glenwood. His father, Peter Thomas, worked long hours as a postal clerk, while his mother, Mary, stitched clothes for neighbors to add a few extra coins to their strained budget. They lived in a small brick house with leaky windows and creaking floors, but it was filled with warmth and sacrifice. As a child, Alex noticed things other boys didn't. He noticed Daniel's brand new leather shoes, Kevin's shiny bicycle, and the colorful lunch boxes his classmates carried, while his own was a battered tin box patched together with tape. At first, it was harmless curiosity, but over time, curiosity soured into comparison, and comparison grew into resentment. One evening after school, Alex asked his father, "Dad, why don't I have a cycle like Kevin? Everyone was laughing about it today." Peter smiled faintly and put a calloused hand on his son's shoulder. "One day, Alex, you'll have much more than a cycle. For now, walk proudly with what you do have." But Alex didn't feel pride. He felt shame. At night, while his mother sat under a dim lamp patching his torn shirt, Alex lay awake dreaming of being born into another family. A richer one, a freer one. A family that could buy him things without counting coins in a jar. His parents thought they were nurturing ambition, but in truth, they were unknowingly feeding his discontent. By the time Alex reached his teenage years, the poison of comparison had rooted deeply. At a birthday party for Daniel, he saw the vast house, the tall cake, the laughter of guests, and he came home burning with anger. "Why can't we live like them?" he exploded. "Why don't I have what Daniel has? Why am I always the one with less?" Mary's eyes filled with tears, but she said nothing. Peter tried to calm him, but Alex wasn't listening. In his heart, love without wealth felt meaningless. His parents often whispered late at night, fearing they were losing him. But Alex didn't notice their quiet sacrifices. How his father skipped meals to pay for books. How his mother worked until her eyes stung so he could have exam guides. He saw only what was missing, never what was given. This silent ingratitude followed him into adulthood. By his mid-20s, Alex landed a job in a shipping company in the city. It was steady, honest work. His manager, Richard Collins, was fair but strict, valuing deadlines and discipline. Alex, however, viewed Richard through a different lens. Hungry for belonging, he wanted Richard to be more than a manager. He wanted him to be a brother. "Sir?" Alex said one afternoon, handing in a report. "You've been like family to me. I feel I can share anything with you." Richard gave him a polite smile. "That's kind, Alex, but remember, I'm your manager first. Don't confuse the two." But Alex did confuse the two. He expected leniency in mistakes, special treatment in promotions, even personal favors. When Richard promoted another colleague on merit, Alex seethed. "After all I've done, how could he treat me like just another employee?" His colleague Susan once said gently, "Alex, he's your boss, not your brother. Respect the difference." But Alex brushed it aside. Eventually, resentment consumed him. After a sharp scolding for a late project, Alex burst out, "I thought you cared about me. You treat me like a stranger." Richard's expression hardened. "Alex, this is a company. I'm not your brother. If you can't respect that, maybe you're in the wrong place." Humiliated, Alex quit. He told himself he was undervalued, but deep down he carried the sting of rejection, another wound born of refusing to accept boundaries. It was during this restless time that Alex married Emma Williams, a gentle woman with a quiet smile. Their wedding was simple, blessed with the prayers of both families. Alex hoped marriage would be his refuge, a place where comparison and competition would finally end. But Emma had grown up with two elder sisters, both married into wealthy families. One sister lived in a sprawling villa with servants. The other had a husband who ran a thriving export business, showering her with trips abroad and sparkling gifts. From the early days of marriage, the comparisons began. "My sister Anna's husband bought her a diamond necklace last month," Emma remarked one evening as she cleared the table. "Do you know how much it cost?" Alex stiffened. "We've just started, Emma. I can't compete with businessmen." She shrugged. "I'm just saying, sometimes it feels like I married into the smallest life." The words burned. They echoed the very thoughts Alex had carried as a boy. Once he had compared his parents to others. Now his wife compared him to her brothers-in-law. As months passed, the poison grew. Every visit to her sister's homes left Emma silent and withdrawn. Alex knew her silence meant comparison. He too looked at the marble floors and imported curtains, and he too felt small. One evening, unable to contain himself, he shouted, "You think I don't see it? The way you look at their houses like ours is a cage. Do you think I don't hear it in your silence?" Tears welled in Emma's eyes. "I only wanted a better life. Is that wrong?" "It's wrong when you despise the one you already have." But even as he spoke, Alex knew he too despised it. Their marriage hollowed out. Affection gave way to bitterness. During this dark time, Alex leaned on his old friend James Parker. James had been by his side since college, a loyal companion. Whenever Alex felt rejected by Emma or cheated by life, he ran to James. At first, it was harmless, but slowly, Alex began intruding into James's family life. He joined private dinners, gave unsolicited advice, even spoke to James's parents as though he were a second son. The breaking point came when James's younger brother was deciding whether to take a job overseas. Alex, uninvited, dominated the discussion. "You'd be a fool not to take it. Forget family. Think of your future." Silence fell. James's father frowned. His mother shifted uneasily. Finally, James spoke. "Alex, this is a family matter. You're my friend, not my brother. Please understand." Alex's face turned crimson. "So after all these years, I'm nothing to you?" James sighed. "You are my friend, Alex. But friendship has its own place. Don't confuse it." The friendship never recovered. Calls dwindled, meetings faded, until silence swallowed what had once been laughter. By his 40s, Alex's life was a wasteland of broken ties. His career was unstable, his marriage cold, his friendships gone. Yet he still believed the world had betrayed him. Then came the final blows. Emma, exhausted by years of complaints and resentment, finally whispered one evening, "I can't live like this anymore. All you see are my sisters. You don't see me. What's the point of staying married if all we share is bitterness?" Alex wanted to beg her to stay, but pride choked him. "Go then, leave if you think their lives are better." 2 weeks later, she left. Not long after, his parents passed away quietly in their old age. Neighbors told him Mary had often asked why her son never visited. Peter had died with her photo by his side. Standing at their graves, Alex felt the crushing weight of years. He had spent his boyhood comparing their sacrifices to other families' wealth. He had measured their love against luxuries they could never give. And now they were gone, leaving him with nothing but regret. The tears came suddenly, violently, as though all the bottled-up truths of his life had burst at once. For the first time, Alex admitted what he had refused to see. His parents' love had been priceless. Richard had only demanded respect, not brotherhood. James had only sought friendship, not intrusion. Emma had only wanted peace, not wealth. Every relationship had its place, every boundary existed for a reason. But he had blurred them all, competing, comparing, and complaining until nothing remained. He fell to his knees by the graves and wept violently, clutching the soil, whispered, "I see it now, but too late, too late." Years later, neighbors would see him walking alone through Glenwood's streets, gray-haired and hollow-eyed, muttering circles and places. When he died quietly in his sleep, no wife mourned, no children prayed, no friends carried his memory. Only a weathered gravestone bore his name. On it, someone carved the words he had repeated in his last days. Understand relationships clearly, give each category its place. Never compete, compare, or complain. But for Alex, the lesson had come too late. It was no longer guidance for him, only a warning for those who came after. Thank you for listening. Remember, every relationship has its place, and comparison, competition, or complaints only create distance. Comment below. Which relationship in your life do you find most challenging, and how will you apply Alex's lesson? Like this video if you enjoyed the story, share it with your friends, and subscribe to AZ Tales for more motivational English stories. Don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about our latest uploads.